guys, but yeah. What's going on guys, but yeah, and welcome to another video, which is, I'm going to say, it's probably not going to be that long, but every time I say that, the video still turns out to be 10 minutes, which is fair enough for me. That kind of can be a short video, but that's still quite a long video. Like, if I was going to say a short video, it should be like 2 to 3 minutes long. I mean, I've had a couple of 2 to 3 minutes videos up that I've had recently. I think the E5 Slayer one was about 5 minutes or something, but yeah. But anyways, this topic has actually been requested to me because there's actually a Runescape poll going up right now, and I voted yes for everything. If anyone's going to ask me what I actually voted for, I voted yes for everything because I can't really see anything that's like going to directly affect me if I didn't want it. It's kind of just to help out all the people that would want it to come into the game. But there's actually one at the end, the very last question, which is probably going to be the only one that doesn't actually come into the game due to the fact that it's not actually reached the 75% yes mark. Now that question is actually asking people if they would want the old hotkeys from the 2012 game implemented into the 07 game. Now obviously a lot of people are probably getting used to the old hotkeys now, so you've probably voted no because you've actually got used to them. But there's also a lot of people that are using those things called, like, I don't know what it's called, but it actually changes your hotkeys to what it is. You know what I'm talking about. You don't really need to put it into the description. I didn't really use it. But a lot of people are actually using that to actually have the old hotkeys. Now people may not actually, like, he sent me a message saying people might not actually understand what the question is asking. But if you vote yes for that, the hotkeys as they are, which is F1 to F12, will be changing to the old hotkeys where F4 is the mage book, F1 is the inventory, I believe it was, and F5 is the spec bar. Now currently obviously F6 is the mage book, escape is the inventory, and I think F1 is the spec bar. So people don't really like those hotkeys simply because they're actually used to the old ones. Now if I give you my opinion quickly on it, I don't really believe people need hotkeys as much as they actually used to do in around 2012, because back then people, like, hybriding was probably one thing that most people would have hotkeys for, but back then people would be like, hybriding was so advanced that people would be doing massive switches, loads of like actions in their inventory, and then they'd have to be going back to it and hit a mage spell. And if you could actually just hotkey straight from like that, let's say I was doing 8-way switches, that would be my last time. If I could hotkey straight from there, my barrage would be there. So it's literally just 2 spaces down. But if I didn't have hotkeys, I'd have to do an 8-way switch, click the mage book, and then click the barrage. Now obviously, hotkeys made it a lot easier to do. And obviously, I mean, I'm someone who used hotkeys for around 3 years before when the F1 null came into the game. That's when I kind of stopped using hotkeys for the first time in ages, simply because I hated the F1 null. It would mess me up because I relied on hotkeys too much. Now when it comes to 07, I actually don't use hotkeys at all. And that could be the fact that it's the old hotkeys and I've never actually bothered to hook up that program that changes it to the, it changes it to the new hotkeys. But a lot of people do actually use that program. And a lot of people are actually voting no for the hotkeys. Now, fair enough. If I just give you my opinion quickly, just so no one's thinking the fact that I'm uploading this video because I want it to come into the game, I don't use hotkeys. And I really don't mind whatever the hotkeys are. I don't mind if it's the old hotkeys, I don't mind if it's the new hotkeys, because I don't use them. So if this actually comes into the game, it doesn't really affect me, apart from it makes it easier for some people who really want hotkeys in the game, or have potentially switched their hotkeys to what they actually are. Well, weird. Now, I just wanted to quickly say that, but I'm also just going to quickly say now, if it was reverted to the old hotkeys, I probably would use them a bit, but I think I'm most likely going to be PKing without hotkeys, because I think it's a lot more fun just to be able to use my mouse and have my fingers on the arrow keys instead of having it on the hotkey, so I can just turn the screen like I'm doing now. Obviously the screen turns really slow. Now if they actually add the middle mouse button spin, then maybe that would be like really awesome for me, because then I could go back to the hotkeys and just use that. But that's something that I don't really know if I'd like all this in the game, but I'd probably vote yes. But yeah, anyway, just going to kind of bring it back onto the topic. The guy asked me if I could like bring the topic to a video just so people would actually understand what it is, because it's actually getting quite a lot of negative votes, and I'm going to guess that this guy really wants the old hotkeys back in the game. I'm sure plenty of you want the new hotkeys back into the game. So that's kind of the topic that I wanted to cover, because he asked me to cover it. So yeah, if you want to, like, obviously voted already, but people might not have actually understood the question. I'm pretty sure everyone understood what it meant when it came to bringing the hotkeys in, but I think the actual question involved some things like talking about what the game was live at the moment, so people are probably just instantly thinking, live game, don't want it at all, or something along those lines. So, but yeah, I mean, I was requested to put this into a video, so I quickly did that for you. I mean, I can understand fully where he's coming from here, so I kind of think that it's a good topic to actually cover. So that's the first topic I wanted to cover. And of course, if you're someone that does want the old hotkeys back, make sure you the new hotkeys back. Make sure you vote yes on that poll. And obviously, if you don't really care, such as myself, feel free to vote no. But if it doesn't really make a difference to you, you could vote yes on behalf of people that actually want it. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see them come back, but I don't really mind. But we'll see what happens, I guess. Now, there's a second topic I actually want to cover, which I'm actually getting a lot, which is, will I be slaying past 85, and why don't I get 90 to camp Dark Beasts? Now, a lot of people are probably saying that to me because they're subscribed to Alkin, as well as me potentially, and they've seen that Alkin made a lot of money camping the Dark Beasts. Now at the moment, Dark Bows have actually crashed. Well, they've not really crashed, they're still worth quite a bit, but they're nowhere near as much as they used to be. He was getting them when they were around 14 to 15 mil each, and now they're around maybe 5 to 8 mil each. They're probably literally around 5 mil each. Now a lot of people are still saying, that's worth more than the whip, so why don't you go to Dark Beasts and camp those instead, because I'd make more money. Now, I'm just going to put this all logically, so this is kind of not really a topic, this is just kind of me trying to say why it's not worth. Like, if you're someone who's got getting 85 Slayer, might be getting 90 to get Dark Beasts, I'm going to tell you why it is not worth getting 90 Slayer to camp Dark Beasts for money. Now, first of all, as soon as you hit 85, you can camp Abyssal Demons, as I've been doing all day, every day. Now, I'm on 25 Darks here, so I've actually been killing these quite a lot. It could potentially degrade during the video. I'm not actually too sure if it will, but if it does, that'll suck, because I did come back with about, if it was actually like an actual number, I probably came back with like a 16 charge, so it might degrade. But I just want to go back into that. As soon as you get 85 Slayers, such as me, you can camp Abyssal Demons for as long as you like, and you can stay here for as long as you like. Now, if you're someone who wants to go and camp Dark Beasts, you have to go and get 5 more Slayer levels on top of the fact that you could be camping Abyssal Demons. Now, that 5 Slayer levels is a long stretch, because that is 85 to 90. They are some big Slayer levels to get. I mean, if I look at this quickly, how much experience do I need? I need 339k experience to get to level 86. Now that's, let's say Slayers are at 20k an hour if you're training it as fast as possible, not including like constant dagging of tasks, something along those lines. That's around 17 to 18 hours to actually achieve one level. Now that's 17 to 18 hours of Abyssal Demons you could be camping for that one level. Now I've been camping Abyssal Demons since 85 Slayer. I've probably been here for about 17 to 18 hours, and I've only had one whip drop. I'm actually dry right now for around about 15 and a half hours I think I'm actually dry for right now, which is completely fine. I got very lucky at the start. I'm willing to wait patiently to get my whip. It will come eventually. I just have to wait. It could come while I'm recording this video. Honestly, I mean, like, no matter how many I kill, I could go 3,000 dry, but eventually I will kill one that will drop the whip. It will happen. And then eventually you might get like 5 in an hour. You never know. I mean, you can get quite unlucky when it comes down to demons. But obviously I had the lucky streak at the start, and now I'm kind of on the unlucky streak where it's kind of burning out. So I'm averaging about 3 whips in around probably about 20 hours of demons. So that's about 1 whip every 6 and 2/3 hours. So it's something around the lines of 600k an hour. So it's still not that bad. It's about 500k an hour actually. So still doing quite well, even though I'm on a massive dry streak. That's kind of the way I see it. Now as soon as I break that dry streak, I'll go up from 500k an hour. And I'm still getting my strength levels. I'm actually 98 strength, pretty much a million experience of 99. So I'll probably get that probably in the week sometime soon. But to go back to that topic I was quickly talking about, it's going to take you about 16 to 17 hours, or 18 hours I think it was, to get to 86 Slayer. Then you've got 4 more levels to do. Now let's say if I'm getting 1 whip every 16 hours, by the time I get to the Dark Beasts, 90 Slayer, I would probably have around 6 whips or so from Abyssal Demons, and I'm pretty sure that would be extremely unlucky drop rate, so I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed to get at least 5 whips. Now that puts you at around an 18 mil cash pile in the time it takes you to get 90, which means you need to get around 4 Dark Bow drops on top of the time it took to actually catch up to where you could have got with the Abyssal Demons. And obviously Dark Bows have exactly the same drop rate as the Abyssal Demons, I believe, but they're only about 1.5 mil more expensive, unless they're actually still about 8 mil and they're over double the price, which is quite good. But then you have to take into account the price of cannonballs to get Dark Bow drops, and all those things along into that. Which means that if I was camping Abyssal Demons for, let's say if I did this for 1,000 hours, if I did Abbey Demons for 1,000 hours, or I continued training to 90 Slayer and then did Dark Beast and finished off 1,000 hours of that as well, which one would I end up with more money? The Abyssal Demons, I think, would probably end up with the most, because Dark Bows will most likely crash beneath the Abyssal Whip price. Dark Bows aren't in as high demand as Abyssal Whips. Now you may say that's not true, because way more people have 85 Slayer, but you also have to think about the fact that how many people want whips? Everyone wants whips. Everyone wants whips. It's the best weapon in the game. Like, without a doubt, it is the best weapon in the game, because it's the fastest weapon. It's got the highest strength bonus for a one-handed weapon. So everybody actually wants them, unless you're training strength with a dragon's skin. But a Dark Bow, the only people that actually want those are people who are over low range pures, like 60 range or something, or voiders. Now, obviously, because of that, they're going to drop in demand, especially if everybody starts camping Dark Bows. They will crash quickly, and they have crashed quickly, because maybe about a week ago to 10 days ago, they were about 14 mil each. Now they're about 5 mil each, so they're for about a third of the price. So I believe, like, just to wrap that up and put it into some shorter terms for those that might actually be doing it, if you're camping, if you get 85 Slayer and you camp Abyssal Demons, the time it takes to get from 85 to 90, think of how many whips you can get in that time, and then you have to catch up with Dark Bows, and you have to take into account the profits that will be cut off the Dark Bows with the price of cannonballs and prayer potions. That's kind of just a question that I actually get quite a lot. I just wanted to kind of cover it there because some people are actually asking me. But that's kind of the logic side to it. I believe if you get 85 Slayer and you're doing Slayer for money, unless you're going for 99 Slayer, of course. If you're going for 99, then of course, definitely get 90. But if you get 85, I think a camping Abyssal Demons would actually be a lot more beneficial to make as much money as possible. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. There's just the 2 topics I wanted to quickly cover. So feel free to leave your opinions on the hotkey topic, and if you have like a different side to the Slayer topic, that's completely fine. I'd like to see some other opinions, but I believe that it's more logical to just camp Abyssal Demons if you're going for short-term profits rather than long-term profits. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it for the video. So once again, I will probably be getting another progress video out, maybe around the time when I'm getting 99 strength, and I'll be keeping everyone up to date on the whip drops. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So thank you for watching. Just a short topic. I didn't really have any relevance to like a video you'd probably subscribe for. It's just to update some topics that some people would be looking to be answered. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. So wish me luck at Abyssal Demons. I'm dry for quite a long time, as I said. So I should be doing Abyssal Whip soon. So I'm going to kill this one for luck and see what happens. But thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. And dead. Aw.